Okay, so hello again. My name is Darla Pikovit. I am an enrolled member of the Southern Paiutes from Moapa, Nevada, which is just north of Las Vegas, Nevada. And today we are going to start our medicine pouches, which are very small, so they're miniature, but we're gonna be able to learn how to do some edging stitch, and we're gonna call it the zipper stitch. There are many different ways you could do a zipper stitch. However, we're gonna be using the 2-bead method. What you will need and you will find in your packet are 2 pieces of leather that has been pre-cut and punched. Usually when you're in class, you will be able to do a hands-on. Since we are doing Zoom, we've pre-cut them and punched holes in them. You'll need a thread and a needle. You'll have one little smaller piece here. You'll have a longer piece that will be threaded around the medicine pouch to keep it shut, hold it, and used as a necklace, and you'll need some beads. In this case, we are only using one color because a lot of our students are first year and some of them haven't had experience beading, so we're going to keep it simple and use one bead. So with these pieces here, they're just pieces we'll be using at the end, so we'll put those aside. Please take off your thread and your needle. If you're at home, if you have a paper plate, it's good. You could put your beads on. A lot of the packets have been pre-packed. Well, they all have been, except for those who choose to be in class. So you'll have loose beads. It's good to put your beads on a plate or a surface where they're not going to roll off. If you put them on the desk, of course, they're going to bounce all over and roll. So you do have a smooth side to the leather, and you also have a suede side. I like my suede side on the outside. However, one of our helpers helped us and they left a little bit of pin marks on them. So you could just take some scissors and cut that off. Don't cut too much off. Okay, so I'm going to put my suede side on the outside. So what you want to do is you want to go through one side of the leather, pull your string through. After you have double knotted it, I burn mine off. So what that would look like is just do a simple knot. Leave 2 or 3 inches or centimeters there. And if you have scissors and a lighter handy, just have them by your side. Burn that off so that it takes that little tail. And then just continue pulling it, and it should look like that. Okay. Then you take your other second piece of leather and you put it side by side, and you take your needle and you go from the outside of the leather and push that through. Okay. And pull your string, and those two should be joined together. And what you're going to do, so you need a foundation built. So basically, here's my piece of leather, and I need 1 bead here, 1 bead here, and 1 to stack on. Okay, that's called the zipper stitch, and we're going to keep on going where we're building on top of each other. Okay, so in this case, when you're barely starting out, you have to have 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then from that on, you have 4 and 5, or 2, 3, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm going to start like that. So I'm picking up 3 beads, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to go and just kind of like eyeball it a length that is, just imagine a bead being here, in between here. So the next time I go through, I'm going to pretend there's a bead there and I'm going to move over. Okay, so I'll show you what that kind of looks like. So once you pull that through, I'm going to go ahead and start this way. You're going to go up that last bead. So just go up that last bead and pull through. So there's that ink, or 2 beads is your base, 1, 2, and 1 on top. So now we need bead 2 and 3. And we imagine that there's a bead sitting right here. So we're going to go a bead length away, and you're going to pull. And then you're going to go up that last bead. And you see how my string kind of looks tangled? You want your string to be underneath that last bead. So I'm going to work from this side, and I'm picking up 2 beads, going through my 2 pieces of leather, pulling our string through. Okay, and then up that last bead. There you go. I hope you guys can see that. So picking up 2 more beads and going through the leather and up through the last bead. Okay, and then we start getting that zipper look, and this is called the zipper stitch. So you just continue on working around your leather pouch, picking 2 beads up at a time. Okay, so it's a pretty easy stitch once you get going. It's just sometimes it will test our patience because we can't pick up our bead, or our string gets tangled and we're unable to you know, continue on our little project. But eventually you get the rhythm of picking up the bead, going through the leather, pulling your string, and back up that bead. Get some more beads out here. Pick 2 more up through the leather. Up through the bead and pull it. Pick 2 beads up through the leather, pull the string, and up through the last bead. Two more beads. Go through the leather. Pull the string and back up through the bead. Okay, you just continue this all the way around. Some beaders are fast beaders. Those who have done beadwork before, don't get frustrated. Again, if you do get frustrated, or you find your needle breaking, or your thread getting tangled, and you get frustrated because it keeps on doing that, try waxing your thread. There is wax in your kit. I forgot to mention that. And you can wax it. Some people like like working and beating with wax on their thread because it helps it to be straight and it doesn't get tangled and knotted as much. Some people don't like to work with the wax. I don't like the wax. And you can see my thread kind of getting a little tangled. So you could just kind of pull it straight and straighten it out, and then just continue working. Here in class we do have a lot of different tribal nations that students have come from different areas. Different medicine pouches mean different things to individuals. Some are ceremonial. Some people will use them as necklaces and only wear them, at special times. Other people will wear them continuously underneath their clothes. You could put, everybody puts different things in them. I have a medicine pouch that I've had, and I've gotten little trinkets that have meaning to me, and I'll place those in there. So some of the wellness conferences that I've done for youth or elders or adults, I've gotten little say like little rocks, or I've gotten pieces of sage or cedar. One, I got a pine pitch ball and a sage ball at one, and I put those all in there because those have significant meaning for me. Some people carry, jewelry in them. So, different people, individuals carry different objects in them, use them for different purposes. I have a friend who puts her tobacco in there, and she does do a lot of collecting when she sees willow or cattail or bulrush, and she uses that tobacco to give back when she takes from different areas. Birch bark, when she takes birch bark, will leave some tobacco. So different significance for different individuals. So whether you're keeping this pouch for yourself or for, you're making it for someone, you're giving it away, and you want to make sure that you're, thinking good thoughts, good vibes, good things that go into this pouch. You don't want negative energy to be going into your medicine pouch. So again, if you find yourself getting frustrated or tired, just put it down, step aside, take a breather, come back. I find this very soothing, very relaxing. It helps self-center myself. At the end of the day, I have unfinished projects, which I shouldn't have any unfinished projects, but I do. And I have so many undone because when I come home after a hard day and I'm, needing some Darla nurturing beadwork or leather work, or reading or writing is a good way to help me focus on getting back in the beat of what's happening and around my surroundings, and just being in a good place. So I encourage, if you're, we have people who are really, really good beaders and who enjoy doing it. I encourage you to look into, your tribal beliefs, storytelling, arts and crafts, whatever it may be, and be able to use that as a way of, having that connectiveness with yourself and your tribal or your people's ways. We're losing that, and we don't want to lose that. So this is a good way. It's relaxing again for me, and you may find it relaxing for yourself as well. And so there's something, a little food for thought. And here we go. We're halfway. We just keep on going. You should have enough thread in your kits that will take you all the way around. And there we go. So get a little bit more beads off the string here. And if you were, just to mention that if you were to use more than one color, okay. If you were to use more than one color, what would you would do is when you're picking up the second bead, and then the first bead and the second bead is the one that goes on the bottom. So if I were to have a white and red, I would pick up the red and then the white and then the red, which the white would be on the top. Okay. Or you can always do, 2 or 3 stitches, which would leave it with white, then red, then white and red. But there's different ways. You can use different numbers of beads. If you're going to do a pick up 5 beads at a time, it's the same thing as when you're starting this. So you would pick up 6 beads to start over here, because again, you need that base. And then after the 6 beads, you would just continue picking up 5 after that, because you've already put that 1 down on this base. If that makes any sense. It's kind of better if I were to demonstrate what I meant. And if you do more beads, all it does is it makes it a lot lacier, and versus just the 2 beads. Okay, so you can always experiment in picking up different numbers of beads. And let's see what else. And there is also a way that it's done when you're picking up just 1 bead. So then when you pick up the 1 bead, it's basically just a base, and then it just kind of keeps continuing side by side with the 1 standing up, versus when we're picking up 2, 3, or 4, 5, it just becomes, gets this little ridge. So when you're picking up 5, it actually jumps over here. So if you had 5, if you did pick up 5, you wouldn't be going side by side. You'd be envisioning there's a bead there, there's a bead there, 5 beads, and then that's how far apart you would go. So, and it gives it a lacier look. So that's something that you want to, if you want to experiment or try doing, on a separate piece of leather or a sheet of paper, you can also do, or material. Okay, so we're getting towards the end. Well, got a little ways to go here. So I'm just going to continue going. I probably should have picked up, or I should have did bigger beads than using the tans, but I don't know if we have. Okay, here we go. Hardest part for me is just picking up those beads. Sometimes I can't see very well, but you know, sometimes I surprise myself picking up those beads. Okay, still going. Still going here. Sorry about that. I thought I turned my phone off, and here we're probably going to catch that little beep. It's been pretty quiet here, which is good. Okay, so we're keep going. You guys look probably are doing just as good. Let's keep on going. We're almost finished. I'd sing you guys a song, but I'd probably make the dogs howl around. So that's not one of my talents, but yeah. Okay, here we go. Can't wait. We're on the stretch home here. We're almost there. Keep trucking. Don't give up. You're doing great. I'm sure you're doing great. So we're coming to the end here. With this pouch, I'm not going to go around the top. Just kind of want to work through this pouch with you. I'm not going to, if you do want to go around, all you would do is just go to the end here and start just doing this side and then that side. Make sure you don't do them shut or your medicine pouch will be sewn shut and you'd have to take some of it apart. So here we go. Okay, so we're almost to the edge or the end, and I'm going to show you how to tie it off. Okay. So, a couple more stitches. and we'll be at the end. So I'm going to take some of those off. I'll probably end up going around the rim of it just so that it's all matchy. Like that. Okay, so we're at the end, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish it off just so that you guys can see. I think I put, oh, we're good. So if you wanted to go around the rim, I would just continue by just hitting that top and going on one side. And again, make sure that you don't have your pouch shut and you're going through two of them, because you want to be able to have an opening there. So what I wanted to do is make sure you have about 3 inches to 3.5 inches to be able to cut that off. And my string is a little twisted there, or yeah. Okay, so what you want to do is just simple. I just do a regular I just do a regular knot. Okay, and again, have your scissors by your side and a lighter, and just do a couple knots there, and then again 2 or 3, 4 centimeters, and burn it. Burn your ends off, and there you go. Okay, so once you're done with that and you're not doing the rim, I'm just going to push that aside, and that's when your long string comes into play. And you want to do, there's 2, 4, 6, 8. So this is my middle, and you're just going to take your long piece and you're just going to weave it in and out of those little punched holes. Okay, so just go in and out, in one and out the other. I'll show you what that looks like in just 1 second. So there you go, in and out. You're just weaving those into one, out of the next, and pull it. Okay, I just keep mine laid straight there. Okay, so in and out, in and out, and I just go in and out, and then later you could go back and finish it or straighten it out. Okay, or you can leave it as is. Eventually it's probably going to get, you know, tangled. Okay, so I reached the end here, and I'm just going to pull that. Okay, so that kind of like is a drawstring there. I'm going to pull this open. And this little one, if you want, you can put it, this side has the drawstring. Okay, so, and then on the back, directly in the middle, just pull that little piece up, put that there, and I don't know if I have a bead. We usually put a, oh, here we go. Here's the white bead. Thank goodness. And we just put this here for decoration, and this is your drawstring to draw it shut. And you put your stuff in there. This becomes your necklace. You can tie this end like that. And there you go. Okay. So there you go. You've made your medicine pouch. I hope you guys had fun. I look forward to seeing you on our next project. Thank you. Have a good day.